Each year, a huge number of new games are released for both PC and consoles, offering a wide variety of choices for gamers. While the big-budget blockbusters from major companies often steal the spotlight and headlines, there are plenty of smaller titles that also achieve remarkable success. In this video, I'm highlighting some of the best AA games that you can play right now. So, without further ado, let's get started. First up on our list is Solar Ash. This game is a visual masterpiece that pulls you into its surreal, dreamy world right from the get-go. You play as Ray, a Void Runner on a mission to save her home from the Ultra Void, a massive black hole. The art style is seriously mind-blowing, with vibrant colors and fluid animations that make you feel like you're skating through a living painting. One of the coolest things about Solar Ash is its focus on movement. It's not just about running and jumping. You're gliding, dashing, and just soaring through the environment with such grace. It's like the love child of Shadow of the Colossus and Jet Set Radio, combining epic boss battles with silky smooth traversal. The combat is fast-paced and super satisfying. You've got to be quick on your feet, chaining together attacks and dodges to take down these enormous otherworldly creatures. And the story? Oh man, it's this emotional journey that really tugs at your heartstrings, exploring themes of loss and determination. So yeah, Solar Ash proves that you don't need a AAA budget to create a game that's not only visually stunning, but also incredibly fun to play. Next up, we've got Stray. So, if you're a cat lover, this game is like a dream come true. You play as an adorable stray cat, navigating a cyberpunk city filled with robots, drones, and all sorts of mysterious things. It's such a unique premise, and the execution is just, perfect. The world of Stray is so beautifully crafted, with detailed environments that make you want to explore every nook and cranny. You'll be leaping across rooftops, squeezing through tight spaces, and using your cat-like agility to solve puzzles and uncover secrets. It's so immersive, you really feel like you're a part of this neon-lit world. What's really cool about Stray is the way it blends exploration with storytelling. You're not just running around aimlessly, there's a deep, intriguing narrative that unfolds as you interact with the world and its inhabitants. The robots you meet have their own personalities and stories, adding layers of depth to the game, and let's not forget the cat mechanics. Scratching at doors, knocking things off shelves, and curling up to nap in cozy spots. It's all here, and it's so charming. Up next is Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. This game, man, it's something else. It's an intense, gripping experience that tackles mental health in a way that's both respectful and incredibly powerful. You step into the shoes of Senua, a Celtic warrior on a harrowing journey to save the soul of her dead lover. What makes Hellblade stand out is its portrayal of psychosis. The developers at Ninja Theory worked closely with neuroscientists and people with lived experience to accurately depict the condition. And the result is a game that's not just hauntingly beautiful, but also deeply empathetic. You hear the voices in Senua's head, see her hallucinations, and feel her fear and determination. The game's visuals are absolutely stunning, with detailed character models and atmospheric environments that pull you right into its dark, mythological world. And the sound design? Oh man, it's incredible. You've got to play this game with headphones on to really appreciate the binaural audio that makes you feel like you're hearing voices from all directions. Combat in Hellblade is intense and pretty brutal. It's all about timing and precision, with Senua facing off against terrifying foes in, really visceral battles. The puzzles, often involving perception and perspective, add another layer of depth to the gameplay. Combining all of these, it's not surprising to see why this game is way better than any other AAA titles. Next on our list is Asterigos: Curse of the Stars. This game is a hidden gem that totally deserves more attention. You play as Hilda, a young warrior on a quest to find her father in a cursed city. The game is heavily inspired by Greek and Roman mythology, which gives it this epic and ancient vibe that's super cool. The art style is really vibrant and colorful, making the world feel alive and enchanting. The city of Aphes is full of mysteries, secrets, and dangerous creatures. that you'll have to face. The combat system is dynamic and also offers a lot of variety with different weapons and abilities. You can switch between them on the fly, which makes battles really engaging and fun. Exploration is a big part of Asterigos. You'll be climbing, jumping, and solving puzzles to uncover the secrets of the city. The story is deeply intertwined with the environment, and there are plenty of lore and side quests that flesh out the world and its history. The game really encourages you to explore every corner and talk to every character to fully experience its rich narrative. Moving on, we've got RoboCop Rogue City. If you're a fan of the classic RoboCop movies, this game is like a total blast from the past with a fresh twist. You step into the metallic shoes of RoboCop himself, patrolling the crime-ridden streets of Detroit. It's all about bringing justice to the city, one bullet at a time. The game nails the gritty cyberpunk aesthetic of the original films with detailed environments and intense action sequences. The combat is really satisfying, with a mix of shooting and using RoboCop's various gadgets to take down criminals. You can feel the weight and power of RoboCop with every step and shot, which is damn pretty awesome. What's cool about Rogue City is the way it incorporates investigative elements. You're not just mowing down bad guys, but you're also solving crimes, gathering evidence, and making decisions that impact the story. This feature adds a layer of depth to the gameplay that keeps things interesting and engaging. The voice acting and sound design are also top-notch, bringing the world of RoboCop to life in a really authentic way. Rogue City proves that you can take a beloved franchise and give it new life with thoughtful design and attention to detail. Have you tried out this cybernetic adventure? Next up is Remnant from the Ashes. This is quite a unique game as it takes the best elements of shooters and blends them with a Souls-like difficulty. You're thrust into a post-apocalyptic world overrun by monstrous creatures, and it's up to you to fight for survival and reclaim what's left of humanity. The game's world is procedurally generated, which means every playthrough is different. This keeps things fresh and really adds to the replayability. You can play solo or team up with friends for some intense co-op action, which makes the game even more fun and unpredictable. Combat in Remnant is super tight and satisfying. You've got a mix of ranged and melee weapons, and the enemies are no pushovers. They're challenging and require you to be on your toes, learning their patterns and weaknesses to survive. The boss fights are epic, with each one offering a unique and thrilling challenge. The loot system is also another highlight. You'll find all sorts of gear and upgrades to customize your character and playstyle. It's really rewarding to explore and discover new weapons and mods that give you an edge in battle. Up next, we've got A Plague Tale Requiem. This game is the sequel to the critically acclaimed A Plague Tale Innocence, and it totally builds on everything that made the first game great. You follow Amicia and her younger brother Hugo as they navigate a world ravaged by the Black Death and supernatural forces. The story is super emotional and gripping, with a strong focus on the bond between the siblings. The characters are well developed, and you really feel for them as they struggle to survive against all odds. The narrative is beautifully woven into the gameplay, creating a seamless and immersive experience. The game's visuals are stunning, with detailed environments that bring the medieval world to life. The lighting and textures are top-notch, creating a really atmospheric and often haunting experience. And the rat swarms are back, and they're even more terrifying, moving like a living, breathing entity that you have to outsmart and avoid. Stealth and puzzle solving are key elements of the gameplay. You'll need to use your wits and the environment to overcome obstacles and enemies. The game introduces new mechanics and tools that add depth and variety to the gameplay, keeping things fresh and exciting. Next up is Pacific Drive. This game is all about survival and exploration in a mysterious, post-apocalyptic version of the Pacific Northwest. You're driving through these desolate landscapes in a beat-up station wagon, scavenging for supplies and trying to unravel the mystery of what happened. What's really cool about Pacific Drive is its emphasis on vehicle mechanics. Your car is your lifeline, and you'll need to maintain it, upgrade it, and keep it running as you venture deeper into the unknown. The game combines driving with survival elements in a way that, feels fresh and engaging. The environments are beautifully rendered with, eerie forests, abandoned towns, and strange anomalies that hint at the bigger mystery. The game's dynamic weather and day-night cycle add another layer of challenge and realism to your journey. Exploration is key in Pacific Drive. You'll be scavenging for resources, repairing your car, and piecing together clues about the world and its history. The sense of discovery and the thrill of the unknown make this game really stand out. Moving on, we've got Evil West. This game is like a wild ride through a supernatural version of the Wild West. You play as a vampire hunter, taking on hordes of undead and other monstrous creatures in a bid to save America from a dark threat. The game's combat is super satisfying. You've got a mix of gunslinging and melee attacks with some really cool gadgets and abilities thrown in. The action is fast-paced and brutal, with plenty of over-the-top moments that make you feel like a total badass. The setting is really unique. It's a blend of classic Western and supernatural horror, with detailed environments that range from dusty towns to creepy, monster-infested mines. The game's visual style is gritty and atmospheric that captures the essence of both genres perfectly. What's cool about Evil West is its focus on co-op play. You can team up with a friend and take on the undead together, which adds a whole new layer of fun and strategy to the game. The story is also engaging, with memorable characters and plenty of twists and turns. Up next, we've got Still Wakes the Deep. This game is a horror adventure set on an oil rig in the middle of the ocean. You play as a worker trying to survive after something goes terribly wrong. The setting is super claustrophobic and isolated, which makes for a really intense experience. The atmosphere in the game is off the charts. The sound design with the creaking metal and distant echoes really puts you on edge. The visuals are detailed and haunting, with the oil rig's dark corridors and open ocean creating a sense of dread and isolation. Gameplay is all about exploration and survival. You'll be navigating the rig, solving puzzles, and trying to stay alive as you uncover the mystery of what happened. The game's narrative is deeply immersive, with plenty of chilling moments and revelations that keep you hooked. What's really cool about the game is its focus on psychological horror. It's not just about jump scares, it's about building a sense of fear and tension that stays with you. The game's storytelling and atmosphere work together to create an experience that's both terrifying and deeply engaging. Next is Another Crab's Treasure. This quirky yet captivating game combines the charm of undersea exploration with a unique twist on the Souls-like genre. You play as a hermit crab who's on a mission to retrieve his lost shell, navigating a world filled with dangers and treasures. What makes Another Crab's Treasure stand out isn't just its delightful premise, but also its engaging combat mechanics. The game embraces the challenge of traditional Souls-like combat, but packages it in a lighthearted underwater adventure. Players have to adapt quickly using everyday ocean debris as makeshift armor. This mechanic not only adds a strategic layer to the gameplay, but also keeps things fresh and exciting. Visually, the game is a treat. The vibrant cartoonish art style breathes life into the underwater world, making every encounter feel like a scene from a whimsical storybook. The attention to detail in the environments is impressive, with colorful coral reefs, mysterious shipwrecks, and eerie deep-sea trenches. One of the most commendable aspects of Another Crab's Treasure is its ability to balance humor and challenge. The witty dialogue and humorous situations keep the tone light, even as you face off against intimidating foes. Next up, we have Nine Souls, an action platformer that blends cyberpunk aesthetics with traditional Chinese mythology. This game throws you into a sprawling, hand-drawn world brimming with ancient secrets and futuristic technology. You play as a warrior on a quest to uncover the truth behind the mysterious Nine Souls. Nine Souls excels in its combat and platforming mechanics. The combat is fluid and responsive, demanding precision and skill. Players can execute a variety of attacks and combos, making each encounter dynamic and engaging. The platforming elements are equally impressive, with challenging sequences that require quick reflexes and careful timing. The game's visual style is another highlight. The hand-drawn art is stunning, with rich, detailed backgrounds and beautifully animated characters. The fusion of cyberpunk elements with traditional Chinese motifs creates a unique and captivating aesthetic that stands out in the crowded action platformer genre. Narratively, Nine Souls offers a deep and engaging story. The lore is rich and well-developed, with plenty of intriguing mysteries to uncover as you progress. The dialogue is well-written, adding depth to the characters and the world they inhabit. Next up, we have Greedfall. This action RPG takes you to the mysterious island of Tyr Frady, where you'll explore uncharted territories, forge alliances, and uncover dark secrets. One of Greedfall's standout features is its deep and engaging narrative. The story is filled with political intrigue, complex characters, and moral dilemmas. Your choices significantly impact the world and its inhabitants, leading to multiple endings and a high replay value. The game's setting is another highlight. The island of Tyr Frady is beautifully crafted, with lush forests, towering mountains, and ancient ruins. The art direction captures the essence of the colonial era while incorporating fantastical elements that give the world a unique and magical feel. Greedfall also shines in its RPG mechanics. The character progression system is robust, allowing you to tailor your character to your preferred playstyle. Whether you prefer diplomacy, stealth, or brute force, the game offers plenty of options to develop your character and approach situations in different ways. Next on the list is Sifu. In Sifu, you play as a young martial artist on a quest for revenge, battling through waves of enemies in beautifully crafted environments. The aging mechanic is a game changer. Every time you die, your character ages, becoming more skilled but also more fragile. This creates a unique dynamic where you must balance skill and strategy to progress without aging too rapidly. It's actually a brilliant way to add depth and challenge to the traditional beat-em-up formula. Combat in Sifu is fast-paced and brutal, with a focus on martial arts techniques. The controls are tight and responsive, allowing for fluid and satisfying combat sequences. Mastering the game's mechanics requires practice and precision, making every victory feel earned and rewarding. Visually, Sifu is stunning. The environments are detailed and atmospheric, ranging from grimy urban settings to serene traditional landscapes. The art style combines realistic elements with a slightly stylized approach, creating a visually appealing and immersive world. Up next, we have It Takes Two, a co-op adventure that showcases the power of teamwork and creativity. This game is designed from the ground up for 2 players, offering a variety of unique mechanics and challenges that require collaboration to overcome. The story of It Takes Two is both heartwarming and humorous. You play as Cody and May, a couple on the brink of divorce who are turned into dolls and must work together to navigate a fantastical world. The narrative explores themes of love, relationships, and cooperation, all wrapped in a charming and whimsical package. Gameplay in It Takes Two is incredibly diverse. Each level introduces new mechanics and challenges, keeping the experience fresh and exciting throughout. From platforming and puzzle solving to mini-games and boss battles, the game constantly surprises you with its creativity and variety. The visual design and game world is vibrant and imaginative, with each level offering a unique and visually stunning environment. The attention to detail and the quality of the animation make It Takes Two a joy to play and explore. Next is Detroit Become Human. This is an interactive drama and action-adventure game from Quantic Dream. This game takes place in a futuristic Detroit where androids designed to serve humans start to develop consciousness and seek their freedom. One of the most striking aspects of Detroit Become Human is its branching narrative. The story is incredibly dynamic, shaped by the choices you make as you play. You control 3 androids, Connor, Kara, and Marcus, each with their own unique storylines that intertwine and impact each other. The game offers numerous endings, each a result of the decisions you've made, making replayability a significant feature. Visually, the game is stunning. The detailed environments and lifelike character models create an immersive experience that pulls you into its world. And for its gameplay, well, it revolves around exploration, quick-time events, and dialogue choices. While it might not have the high-octane action of some AAA titles, the emphasis on narrative and character development sets Detroit Become Human apart. Next on our list is Metal Hellsinger, a rhythm-based first-person shooter that fuses the adrenaline-pumping action of a shooter with the pulse-pounding beats of heavy metal music. You play as the Unknown, a half-demon on a quest for vengeance through the 8 Hells. What makes Metal Hellsinger stand out is its innovative gameplay mechanic. You must shoot, dash, and perform actions in sync with the music to maximize your damage and score. The game features an original soundtrack with contributions from famous metal artists, making each level feel like a concert where you're the star performer. The combat is fast-paced and exhilarating, with a variety of weapons and abilities at your disposal. Timing your actions to the beat not only enhances your performance, but also immerses you in the experience, making every encounter feel intense and satisfying. The game is visually dark and atmospheric, perfectly complementing the heavy metal theme. And the levels are intricately designed, each reflecting the chaotic and brutal nature of hell. The enemy designs are equally impressive, with a range of demonic foes that challenge your skills and reflexes. Moving on, we have Vampire, an action RPG that plunges you into the dark and atmospheric streets of 1918 London during the Spanish flu pandemic. You play as Dr. Jonathan Reed, a newly turned vampire torn between his Hippocratic oath and his bloodthirsty nature. One of the most compelling aspects of Vampire is its moral dilemma. As a doctor, you're sworn to save lives, but as a vampire, you need to feed on the very people you're supposed to protect. The game forces you to make tough decisions, each with significant consequences for the story and the world around you. Every choice you make can impact the lives of the citizens, the state of the districts, and ultimately, the game's ending. The combat system in Vampire is engaging and strategic. You can use a combination of melee weapons, firearms, and supernatural abilities to take down enemies. The skill tree allows for various playstyles, whether you prefer to be a stealthy predator or a brutal combatant. The gloomy, fog-filled streets of London are beautifully rendered to create a sense of dread and unease. And the haunting soundtrack further immerses you in the world, making your journey as Dr. Reed all the more compelling. And finally, we have Helldivers 2. It's actually a surprise if you haven't heard of this game yet, since it's one of the most popular games right now. The core of Helldivers 2 lies in its cooperative gameplay. You and up to 3 other players must work together to complete missions, which range from capturing objectives to defending points against waves of enemies. However, defending is not an easy task, as the game features a friendly fire mechanic that requires precise coordination and communication to avoid accidentally harming your teammates. The game's strategic depth is enhanced by its diverse arsenal of weapons, vehicles, and equipment. You can customize your loadout to suit different playstyles and mission objectives, making each playthrough feel unique. As for its visuals, Helldivers 2 features a clean and detailed art style that enhances the chaotic battlefield experience. The environments are diverse, ranging from icy tundras to alien-infested swamps, each with its own set of challenges and hazards. With the success of Helldivers 2 and other games on this list, it's really a testament that you don't need a huge budget to give players an engaging, memorable, and fun game. I just hope that AAA game developers will be more focused on giving players what they really deserve, instead of prioritizing their investors. I know investors are their key source, but they should also remember that a game's success depends on the players. So, what do you think of the games on this list? If you have any game suggestions that you think should be on this list, let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed watching this video, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.